sweater dress. A little more baggy, little high slits. Go ahead and make it a little warmer, a little more cute, a little more sexy, a little more fun. So first thing I'm gonna do is, of course, tights. We need some tights, so I'm gonna put those guys on here. Fleece line tights here. I got mine on Amazon. I have those linked. Such a good investment. There's so many different colors of them, but these were great, but so many different options. Highly recommend. Really makes almost any outfit accessible for winter. Tights on. Next thing, we can look at a skirt. So when I'm looking here, I could do so much with this. I feel like this could be a really fun color, and it has the black in it. When I'm looking for a skirt, there's so many different options I could go with. However, I wouldn't recommend too much texture on texture. So for example, this has pattern, right? Versus this is one flat collar, right? However, because it has this extra texture here, you see how that it looks a little, it could work, but it's a little busy. Versus this actually works a little better because this has a lot of texture, right? These could still work. You could combine it by having something a little bit more flat, pulling it all together. But this will also work for something a little bit more simple to pair up with because you don't have the texture on texture. That's why those work a little bit better. This could also work because it is textured and a solid color, but you can still tell that it's a little bit busier than these, funny enough, right? And it's because you have texture, solid, right? Which could work, but this would be really nice with more of a matte, like if I had a belt like this, that would bring this all together really nicely too. So I think we could have fun with this and do both of these. Let's try it out. We're gonna try both of these. So we could either do this and then this underneath, or the opposite. The great thing with this skirt is it has this really big slit, which can be great and not great. But I think if we pair this underneath, which has no slit, but it does have pockets, I think that might work. So the reason why I chose these two is because this collar reflects almost the exact same in here, pretty spot on. It's close enough to where it's able to blend all together. You don't always need an exact color match. These aren't exact. You're able to see here, these aren't exact, but they are very close. Even this and this could work. And of course, the black being the base of it all. So start putting this guy on, okay? Even with this on, you can see how the texture on texture, solid, are just, it's not really doing it. Also, there's some static. So, and it just, you can see how fluffy it is here. So let's see how it looks when we add this one on top. Definitely better than just the orange, right? Do you see how, and I mean, we could have even rocked just this, but the pop of color is pretty nice because the slit is so big. I also think definitely adding a belt will really help, but it could be fine, just like this too. A lot of belts. I have a very favorite color of brown. This one, we have a lot of these colors here, so I could probably use this one easy enough. To be honest though, the color scheme in here is so close, and with the circles and the circles here, it actually could work even though the color patterns are so different, because the patterns themselves are so different. Ultimately, this is the one I chose. The other one was just, it was too much bulk for right here because there's so much already as far as fabric goes right here. I wanted something a little smaller to break this up, and because we have so much pattern here, I didn't need something too chunky. Now, if I had just this black sweater dress on and like, there wasn't the slits, it was a little longer, I was going with just black, bigger chunky belt, gonna be a little bit more fun, add a little bit more to the outfit. There's already so much going on here with this skirt, the texture. I feel like this was much better, and it helps to keep that waist more tapered and without that thicker belt adding so much. So choose this guy here. And next thing, let's go ahead and put some accessories on. Okay, so back to the jewelry den. When I look for something, I want something that can pull these all together. There's a lot of colors, so I want to stick within the colors I already have. This would slay. Yeah, I think that's perfect. I'm gonna just go with some plain black earrings too. So for these, I'm gonna go with literally just plain black. This works. So you can either do something nice and long to break it up, or you can have something here that draws the line down, right? If it was without, right? Like if it didn't have that line down, do you see how it would kind of almost make this area very round and wider, which is just fine if that's what you're wanting. But for my particular goal, I'm wanting to kind of lengthen down here because there's so much up going on here. So as far as just the solid color, I wanted to kind of add more dimension and lines. So this coming down and my earrings coming down create this line here along with these lines. Of course, you've got this cut and then all kinds of fun down there. So yeah, this is jewelry. We'll go ahead and do hair, get some black boots on, and ready to go. Okay, so decided to do clip up. I wanted to leave a little bit down. What do you guys think? What would you do differently? What did you really love that maybe you didn't think about? And what's something you might try that you just didn't think about before?